Hey guys, welcome back. Good to see you. I'm David Sailors.
I'm Dania Sphere, and this is Country Swing 101 for free. So today we have a really fun video for you guys. I have 4 follow influences, conversational things that I like to do as a follow to influence the dance. I'm going to show you how I do them, and all of them come from the basics, just behind the back and the inside turn, so they should be really fun and pretty easy to pick up. So just to recap, if you're just joining us, we're going to go over the basics really quick. So we're going to go over the 3-step basic, behind the back, and the follows inside turn. So we start with follows on the right, leads on the left. So we have our free foot ray to rock back. We're going to rock back, and then we're going to go for a behind the back. 1, 2, rock back 3, and this is the follows inside turn. 1, 2, 3. So everything we're going to be talking about comes from one of those 2 basics. Okay, so like I said, we're doing 4 of these follow influences, but I'm going to teach them in a way that's going to get progressively harder. So we're going to start with kind of beginner, then go a little more intermediate, and we're going to end with one that's kind of advanced. The first one we're going to get into comes from the behind the back, and I'm going to demo it first, and then I'll start talking about it. So the first one's going to look like this. So this one is going to be 5 steps, and we're starting on our right foot. So let's walk through this. We start with that rock back. First step is going to be with the right, with the behind the back. So we're going to step right. Now, as my lead has his back towards me, and I'm going for my second step, which is my left, I'm going to take the back of my left hand and place it on his side. And then I'm going to use this as like a pushing action to open up my right side. And so I'm going to push and expand my chest as my right foot goes out. And then I need to stay really close to my lead. So as I take this third step on my right, I'm basically just going to close my frame and collect with my left foot on top of my right to replace. And then I'm going to reconnect with my lead on that left step. And then we're going to rock back together.
All right, so I'm going to talk about what the leads are going to do here. We're going to connect. We're going to rock back. I'm going to take my first 2 steps. 1, 2. As I'm getting to 2, I'm feeling something that says, whoa, wait a minute, stay where you are. I'm going to find connection on my follow on the other side, get connected, and rock back. That gives us the inside turn. So pretty much I'm just staying patient, waiting for her to connect to me and tell me we're done. We're going to rock step together and go.
Okay, so the rhythm for this is going to be slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, and it's going to look like this. We're going to take our steps slow. Now right here, we're getting some acceleration in this turn, so we're going to go quick, quick, which is going to keep us getting too far from our leads. We want to stay nice and close under us. And then we're going to turn around, replacing that foot slow to get connected and get square, and then slow to build up that connection.
Leads, essentially, we are going slow, slow, pause, slow. That pause is just us being like, oh, what's happening? Looking around, we get the post, we get the connection. We're rocking, slow, we go together.
Where the fields are painted gold and the trees are filled with
into the second one, and this one comes from a follower's turn or the inside turn. So we're going to start with a regular behind the back, follow this as normal. And now right here, on step 1 of this inside turn with our left foot, we're going to need to already know what we're doing and signal what we want early. And so as we take the step with the left foot, I'm going to expand and signal to my lead, hey, stop, I have an idea for a minute. And so even on the first step, by the time my weight is covered on this step, that we should have a pause in the dance. And what I'm doing is I'm giving a little bit of compression here. I'm not getting fully like in my bicep, like strong, but I'm just stopping it in space. And I'm bringing myself to the hand. And so I'm saying, hey, stop, and I'm expanding with good frame, chest open, shoulders down. And then right here, I'm going to strike my right foot, and I'm going to slowly shift my weight on the other side of the hand. I'm not collapsing and then sliding out, and I'm also not bringing the hand on the other side of my body. I'm stopping, and then I'm taking my body slowly to the other side of the hand as David does the same. So from here, what I'm going to do is go back the way I came. Sometimes I see follows do this and they'll stop right here and they'll have like a pause moment and then they'll finish as normal. But then that kind of leaves our leads hanging in the dust. And so you want to, if you're going to stop the pattern, change it in some sort of way instead of finishing the direction that you're already told to go. And so I'm going to go back to where I started and I'm going to go left, bring this hand down, right. We find our posting step together, the step before we settle, and then we stretch away back on the left.
Leaders, for us, here's what we're going to do. We give that behind the back, and when I give this inside turn, I feel this immediately. This tells me to stop, but I still have some momentum, so I'm going to let my foot come over and check. Now, my job here is to counter my follow. She's created a post, which means now I'm kind of the follow. She's saying, hey, I'm going to do something. Now it's my job to counter. So I feel that she's here. I'm tapped as well. As she goes across, I'm going to go across to meet her. Now I want to keep this nice rounded frame. I don't want to collapse so that we end up like with this line and it's a pulley kind of a thing.
Follows too.
I want to keep this nice and round, and we're here. As we go through, I'm actually spotlighting my follow with my chest, not letting my frame get across me, but I'm keeping my follow here. This preserves some rotation for the exit here. When she decides she wants to come back and I feel that stretch away, I'm going to initiate this by turning to the left, getting my follow to move to the left, and then rocking back. So I'm doing a lot of it just with like a nice rounded frame that doesn't move. So we get this inside turn, boom. I feel this as she goes away, I'm letting that rotate my frame towards her, getting some stretch, giving her some room. And then we go 1, 2, 3 behind the back.
This is also a really good tip for you, so you don't just get here and nice and flat and collapse your frame. You want to, even though your hips are open and in this line, you want to look at your lead, which is going to give you some of what is called contra body. And that's just moving one portion of your body independently from the other half. And so as I look towards David, I'm going to bring my chest towards him, which is going to open up my frame and give this nice rotation. But it's also going to keep my hips nice and square down line. And so as I come around, I'm nice and connected with my frame the entire time. Now that we have the shape of the move down, you can start to style it a little bit. And so as we come in and we signal, you can add maybe this thread with the left arm as you're striking this right foot and slowly shifting your way into it. At the same time you're shifting your way into that foot, you can also bring that arm up for a thread and then come down. If you're going to bring the arm down, general rule of thumb is to bring it down in a straight line so you don't just, not use the arm that you just put up in space. Something else you can do is add a little bit of a body roll. I love adding body waves in my dance. And so I might add a hip to a head or the head down to the ground, just to add a little bit of shape in my dance and some texture.
Where the fields are painted gold and the trees are filled with memories of the feelings never told.
Right, we're going to demo this next one, and it comes from a follows turn. This is level 3 for my follows, and this one also comes from the inside turn. So does the last one, spoiler alert. So from the inside turn, what I'm going to do is turn this follower's turn into an orbital action and kind of bring my lead around me. And so I'm going to take 5 steps, starting with my left. I'm going to go left. On 2, I'm going to signal that something's different. So I'm going to take my left hand and find compression here. And then I'm going to go right, and I'm going to find some stretch. And now as I do this, I'm going to cross behind me and give this orbital action to bring my lead down my left side, stepping on my left, back on my right, and then opening up on my left. Talk about the follower's body actions now. So as I'm stepping with my left, I'm already starting to signal that stop here. I'm taking my left over my right, expanding into the connection, raising just a little bit. I'm not pushing all the way up, just expanding up and out. Now I'm taking my second step forward, and this is really going to get some stretch with David behind me. And what I'm doing is, again, trying to keep the hands in the center the best I can, but expanding my chest away from the connection. And now as I'm doing this, I want to make sure that I am sending David around me, behind and to my left, which means if I'm using centrifugal force, which I am, I need to be sending my chest forward and to the right, because that's going to create the opposite reaction with his body. And essentially what I'm doing now is taking over the lead for a second. And so as I'm stretching forward on this right foot, I'm going to send my chest forward and to the right. Forward and to the right, that's going to bring him around. And then as I'm doing that, I'm stepping behind and crossing with my left foot. And now once he starts to come around, I'm stepping back down right. We get connection, and then we're opening left.
All right, leaders, so we're going to go over what we're doing here. Essentially, We take our first step. Again, I'm curving my follow straight off to the side a little bit. I feel her expand. That makes me go, oh, what's going on? My job is to counter. So as soon as she gets to that foot, I get to this one. This is going to pause me here on this foot, and I'm going to end up redirecting here. I get this stretch. Now, I don't want to end up crooked like this. I want my chest facing my follow. I get some contra body. She brings me forward. Boom. The hand starts to come down. I say, this is where she's going to set the post. So let's get on the same foot together. Boom. Hand is down. Post is set. Now we can stretch back and get right back into our basics.
So full speed, the movement would look like this with both the lead and follows actions. Starting from behind the back, here we go.
Where the fields are painted gold and the trees are filled with memories of the feelings never told. When the evening pulls the sun down.
Okay, here's the last one, and probably, in my opinion, the most difficult, also coming from the inside turn or follower's turn. So I'm going to demo it again so you can see it, and then we'll break it down. So like always, we need to signal something's going to be different, and we're taking space on one, basically on our first step. And so right here on the inside turn, I'm going to do the same thing, pause, create that shared center, expand the connection. I'm going to strike my 2, and I've come flat here. I'm going to, as I'm weight shifting into my right, taking this really slow, threading up with my left hand, keeping my frame nice and wide. And now as I'm weighted on my right, I need to be fully weighted on my right. I'm going to start to shift it's called my top line, the line between my shoulders. My right one goes down to the ground, and I'm bringing this connection point, my right hand, into my armpit. And as I do that, I need to make sure that my hand is on the other side of my arm. If it's in here, my lead doesn't have access to me. And so I need to make sure that my hand is accessible to my lead. I can wiggle my fingers. And so I'm going to be in this position. There's going to be no weight on my left foot. And then as I collapse this arm down, I'm going to start to turn underneath here, back down the way I came, left, right, left, right, left. It's going to be 7 steps in total. So let's break down the footwork. I'm going 1, strike, 2, turn, 3 on left, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All right, leaders, what we're doing here is, again, countering. And as soon as we see our follow get into that lower position and tuck under, when she shifts her top line, let me show you that. We get into this position here. When she shifts that top line there, she takes us over with us and makes us expand here. I'm not going to stand here like this as she's doing that. I'm connected to her. So when her top line goes over, my top line goes over, and I get all this space here. Now I let her tuck under and I step through. What I'm doing with the hand, I might be able to zoom in here. Let's angle here. As my follow tucks under, I'm actually just flipping my hand inside so that I can have an around action. So I'm just kind of early flipping my hand so I don't have to do it in the middle of this.
So here's one of the reasons why this one is the most difficult, in my opinion. What I see a lot of the times when I try and teach this is fellows will get into the correct position and they'll be going under just fine. And then they'll stop shifting their top line and just bend over like this. But if you see our hands right here, there's nothing for David to turn here. He loses the hand. The hardest part of this is you need to turn like this with the hand to the ceiling the whole time. So this is actually a good drill. You want to make sure that your right shoulder is down to the ground and your left, it's a dizzy one. And your left shoulder is up to the sky with access to the hand the entire time, even as you're traveling back down line.
The rhythm on this one, we're essentially going to do 2 slows in. We're going to pause for a slow so my follow can get set up. And the exit is going to be that outside turn rhythm that we normally have, which is slow, quick, quick, slow, slow. We also use it in free spins quite often. So it looks like this. Slow, slow. We're going to pause for a slow here so she can get set up. And the exit is slow, quick, quick, slow, slow. Full speed that's going to look like this.
Where the fields are painted gold and the trees are filled with memories of the feeling.
All right, that was 4 different follow influences. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I really liked making it because one of my favorite things to do in country swing is influence the dance and have true conversation. So thank you for watching. Again, I'm Danya.
I'm David. And if you guys found any value in this, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Send this video to anybody that you might think needs it or would get value from watching the video. So thanks. We'll see you in the next one.